And who said I was never green friendly? You're watching The Noble Truth. G'day and welcome to The Noble Truth, March 2008. Now the big event in March was Earth Hour, where for 1 hour people in cities all over the world switched off their lights. Sydney, and yes, me, myself, participated in Earth Hour. So if you don't mind, I'm just using some of this time now to gain back some of that electricity I lost in that hour. So, Earth Hour. I partook. Let's have a look and see how my Earth Hour went. Okay, now I'll be honest, I was a bit skeptical about this whole Earth Hour thing, but it seems to have been really good. I haven't missed a light for an hour. The candle's been a good substitute, and I've been able to make, I don't know if you can see this, maybe if I hold it under the light, I've been able to make some real headway with notes for my next big uni essay. So that's... Oh. Damn. My fingers! I burnt my fingers because of Earth Hour. That's it. No more of this saving electricity until we've got safe alternatives in place, like nuclear power. What also makes Earth Hour seem quite silly to me is, well, this has all got something to do with global warming, Al Gore's inconvenient truth. Let's have a look at a bit of that inconvenient truth right now.
If this were to go, sea level worldwide would go up 20 feet. This is what would happen in Florida. Around Shanghai, home to 40 million people. The area around Calcutta, 60 million. Here's Manhattan. The World Trade Center Memorial would be underwater.
None of those places or cities Al Gore just mentioned even bothered participating in Earth Hour. If they don't care about global warming, why should we? Actually, that is a very good question. With Al Gore's inconvenient truth, everyone's always talking about how inconvenient the truth of global warming is. But is there anything convenient? I have an exclusive look at the convenient truths about the inconvenient truth of global warming. Global warming is going to take up a lot of energy and effort. Wouldn't it be more convenient not to do that? Global warming is going to be the next generation's problem. Wouldn't it be more convenient for us just to let them deal with their own problems when the time comes? There are a select number of scientists working for the President of the United States that have stated that global warming may not exist, or even if it does exist, the consequences are not going to be that severe. Wouldn't it be more convenient to wait for 100% rather than 95% of scientists to come to a consensus before we start acting on something? According to Wikipedia, polar bears kill people and in some cases have been known to eat them. So, wouldn't it be convenient to let global warming take its course, melt polar ice caps, kill off all the polar bears, and therefore save those human lives? Global warming is going to take up a lot of energy and effort. Wouldn't it be more convenient not to do that? I hope that's put some perspective on global warming. Now, let's have some perspective on the US presidential race in the segment Race to Replace. Race to Replace! So let's have a quick rundown of the primaries and caucuses for the Republican Party.
McCain won Ohio, Rhode Island, Texas, Vermont, and Mississippi.
And here are the Republicans that dropped out of the race in March. Mike Huckabee. And now let's have a look at that all-important delegate count for the Republicans.
With 1,191 delegates needed to secure the nomination, McCain finished March with 1,243. The only other remaining candidate, Paul, was on 21.
Which means McCain has sealed the Republican nomination for president. Woo! He's not as conservative as I would like, but he's pro the Iraq War, and that's good enough for me. So who's McCain going to beat to become the president in November? Well, let's have a look at how the Democratic states went in the two-horse race.
Clinton won Ohio, Rhode Island, and Texas. Obama won Vermont, Wyoming, and Mississippi. Dropping out of the Democratic race, Mike Gravel, who's yet to win a state or even a delegate.
And this is what the all-important delegate count looked like at the end of March.
With 2,026 needed to secure the nomination, Clinton ended March with 1,243, and Obama finished the month with 1,404.
Now things heat up for both Democratic candidates in March, with footage of Barack Obama's former pastor surfacing on the mainstream media.
America's chickens are coming home to roost.
This backed Barack Obama into a corner, which he decided to come out of by giving a 45-minute supposed landmark speech exposing the complex feelings of race in America.
This union may never be perfect, but generation after generation has shown that it can always be perfected.
Which put Clinton apparently on the back foot. She was quick to respond.
Given all we have heard and seen, he would not have been my pastor. You know, we don't have a choice when it comes to our relatives. We have a choice when it comes to our pastors.
Hillary Clinton has hit the nail right on the head here. Religion, especially Christianity, is all about blindly following the human leaders of the church. Which is why anyone who attends a church service agrees with whatever is said up on the pulpit by the pastor, whether they agree with it or not. For people to be mentored by someone, for people to respect someone, for people to be inspired with something, they have to agree with everything that that person has ever said. So Barack Obama, you should have left that church. Hillary Clinton was also in some hot water after giving this speech.
I remember landing under sniper fire. There was supposed to be some kind of a greeting ceremony at the airport, but instead we just ran with our heads down to get into the vehicles.
Now there's nothing wrong with this speech until video footage surfaced of the event she described.
But those of us on the trip remember it very differently. She lingered on the tarmac, was greeted by a schoolgirl reading a poem, and other children, and later sang with the troops.
She had to quickly clear up the inaccuracy of her statements.
Wait, that's what I said when I was sleep deprived. You can read my book, and I said something very different. Yeah, I misspoke. Yeah, I totally misspoke.
That's good enough for me. She was tired at the time. It's one mistake, you can't blame her.
We landed in one of those corkscrew landings and ran out because they said there might be sniper fire. I remember particularly a trip to Bosnia where the welcoming ceremony had to be moved inside because of sniper fire.
Okay. What does she have to say about that?
So I made a mistake. That happens. It proves I'm human, which, you know, for some people is a revelation.
Hillary.
Look, we have to remember when Hillary Clinton was First Lady, she was a very busy woman, went on a lot of trips. It's not easy to remember or not remember or remembering correctly whether something as boring and mundane as having to run under sniper fire happened. I don't think anyone could be blamed for making the mistake, honestly. Anyway, that's a look at March. We'll see how it continues in April. Oh, my finger. Damn. You know what happened? It was Earth Hour and I was running up to my room and came under sniper fire and it got hurt. Thanks, Matt. Now let's have my noble tip. Coming out in March was the motion picture The Other Boleyn Girl, which chronicled the life of the famous Anne Boleyn's sister. So now it might interest you to know, and this is no joke, that I am a descendant of The Other Boleyn Girl. So I'd go as far as to say that this movie is a prequel to my life story. So, why not go check out the film? Me, myself, I haven't seen it. I'm not a big fan of period films. And that's my noble tip. It's been a good month. See you in April on The Noble Truth.